and I think that should be it. So, as you have probably figured out by now, maybe from the ingredients, but definitely from the title, I'm making eggnog for the first time ever. I've never had it before. My dad tells me that my grandpa used to make it back in the day for Easter, so maybe, I'm not sure if in Sweden when eggnog is made, when people make eggnog, and traditionally if that's more relating to Easter than Christmas, I'm not sure, but in America it's definitely very much a Christmas drink as far as I've understood it, and I am making the American version with nutmeg, a couple different kinds of cream. I mean, the Swedish recipe only really has, I think, sugar, eggs and warm water, and that's it really. But here you're supposed to use a couple more ingredients. Nutmeg, rum, and I'm not sure what this is called in English, but this literally translates to coffee cream and then whipped cream. And so some liquid calories are going to be consumed here. And, you know, I just worked out, so, you know, I'm fine, I'm good. I'm also gonna try this at the end of this video, and I'm gonna get back to this. This is, it says Årsmust. This is a drink, traditional Swedish drink, Christmas drink called Julmust. And Års, that basically refers to the year. And this is, yeah, you can see the Julmust here. And this is a flavored Julmust. So apart from the typical ingredients in Julmust, which we drink, basically means Christmas beverage. I'm not sure what you would translate it into, but it's a Christmas drink, carbonated, sugary drink. And every year, this company, Apotekarnas, they have released a Julmust with a special ingredient, and they don't really reveal it. And well, they do on the back, but you need to sort of peel this little tab here. And underneath here it says, it basically reveals to you what the flavor is. So the point is that you're gonna try it out, or you're gonna try it first, see if you can see what the secret ingredient is. Well, not so secret because it's on there, but basically try it and then you see if you were right, basically. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna talk more about that later. We're gonna come back to that. This is, I suppose, the main part, because this is just something that I've been really interested in trying for a long time now. I've just seen eggnog everywhere, basically, in American pop culture and in Christmas videos on YouTube and stuff like that. And I've been curious for a long time. It's not a Jolly Studio 1 video unless I fuck up something verbally. Anyway, so yeah, so I've just been very curious about this for many years, and I thought that finally this year I would do it myself, and what better time to do it than when I'm making these videos. Anyway, so I thought that I would document it and see how it goes. So we have the ingredients here. What I thought that I would do, since I don't really, first of all, the recipe that I've looked up, you're supposed to use like half a liter of booze in that, and you're supposed to use whiskey too, not just rum. And I'm not going to do it, I just have rum, that's enough. And I'm not going to use whiskey, and I'm not going to use half a liter. But also that recipe was for like almost half a gallon, I think, and I'm not going to make that much. I think I'm going to make a third of that recipe, and basically I'm not going to add any rum until later. I'm going to try it out first. I think I'm going to try it out maybe without the... I said nutmeg, didn't I? Because, okay, now I'm confused, but this is called musket in Swedish, and did I say musket? I hope I didn't, but it's nutmeg anyway. And I'm gonna wait with the nutmeg and the rum until after. I'm just gonna try it out without it, and then I'm gonna add the nutmeg and try it again, and then the rum finally. And I'm not gonna listen to the recipe when it comes to the alcohol. I'm just gonna add however much I feel is tasty, basically, because I'm not a big drinker, you know. I am just going to add a little bit, and see when I feel like it's enough, basically. So I'm gonna listen to my palate and not the recipe when it comes to that, I think. Alright, my arm shouldn't hurt this much. It really hurts. Well, I've just done shoulders. I need to switch though. There we go. No, I think I'm done actually. I think that's everything I needed to say. So I am very excited. This is a good way of starting out a Monday. Oh right, I was going to mention something. I should have started with that. But it is now December 14th. And the last thing I filmed, I think, was on December 3rd, wasn't it? Something like that, 2nd maybe even. So it's been a while since I filmed anything, and sorry about that. I just haven't really had anything to film, and I haven't really had a lot of time, but mainly, well, no, I shouldn't blame it on that. Mainly I just haven't had much to film. But this will definitely do for an episode. Alright, let's do this. So we need 3 bowls apparently. Fuck off. Stop it. So you need to separate the egg whites from the yolks, and that's gonna be difficult. Is there a good way of doing that? Because I'm not very skilled in the kitchen. So this is gonna be entertaining for sure. So I only need 2 eggs because I'm only making a third of this recipe. Oh man, you are in for a treat, let me tell you that. This is not gonna... Well, that actually worked out better than I thought. Although I need one more. Fucking egg. Oh no. Well, how about that? I should stop my film studies and apply for some sort of cooking school or something. Because that is amazing. Oh, you can't really see inside of the second bowl, but it doesn't really matter. And the whipped cream, how much? It says 2 deciliters, so a third of that would be something like that, I think. I've never done this before with egg whites, ever in my life. It's supposed to be pretty hard, I think. Don't laugh at me. I think we're almost there. This is like a killer forearm workout. If you ever need one, this is great. So it's now dark outside, but at least I'm done with... Well, they're kind of foamy, but I'm gonna leave it like this. I don't have an electric one, so this is gonna have to do. Okay, that took me a while. Half a deciliter of sugar. The coffee cream, whatever it's called. It's fine. And the milk. And I need a bigger bowl. Well, I do actually. That's okay, because I have one. So I don't know why you needed to put this in a different bowl, because you're just supposed to put it in here now, apparently. Okay, it's the next day. Let's just take a moment and talk about whipped cream. Instead of just putting a caption here, I thought that I would add an interlude. Yeah, whipped cream. You're supposed to whip it, right? Yeah. I didn't do that. That's a little bit embarrassing. I don't know what happened. I just completely missed that part. And the yolks too. They were supposed to be whipped as well. I don't know what happened. I really. That's definitely a mistake from my part, you know, concerning this whole eggnog experiment, that I managed to fuck something up. Of course I did. I will remember that for next time. If I do this again, I'm not sure exactly how different the outcome would have been. Would I have whipped the, or whisked, whatever, the whipped cream? I'm guessing it wouldn't have been drastically different, but maybe the consistency would have been, I don't know. Anyway, but now it makes me feel like it would have been different since I did that part wrong. Anyway, I'm not gonna do that again, because that video took a while to make and to edit, and anyway, so it's just gonna have to be an embarrassing moment in this video. Anyway, now I'm gonna take you back to yesterday. Okay, enjoy the second half of this video. Along with the booze, it says, but you know, I'm doing it my own way, so. And apparently you're not supposed to use the nutmeg in here, only on top of the actual drink later on. So this is apparently, you can barely see it because it's so white, but there you go. Apparently this is done. It doesn't look done, but I guess it is. Okay, so you're supposed to put this in the refrigerator for a little while, and I do have time actually, so I'm gonna do that for a little while. It looks pretty foamy. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be that foamy. Maybe I was supposed to, you know, maybe the egg whites were supposed to be harder than they were. I don't know, but this is gonna have to do for now. But I'm gonna put this in here just for a little while, and as I wait for that to get a little bit colder, I suppose, we're gonna try this out. So, welcome back. So, like I said, this is a traditional drink that, I mean, I guess I can, I mean, we have carbonated water, sugar. I'm just gonna have to write this stuff here, because I don't know how to, I don't know how to translate it. Okay, I should be done now in the editing room, putting the English names there. But basically, it's I don't know how you would explain it. It has a certain taste for sure. It's not like Coke. Exactly, it is a carbonated drink, sugary. You know, it's a soda. Anyway, and I just thought it would be fun to see if I can detect the mystery flavor. So I'm gonna do that. I think I said that. I don't know what I said, but they have done this before. At least 2 times, I think, they released a special Julmust for Christmas with a special ingredient, and I have not tried any of those before, or any of those 2. And I don't even know what the ingredients are in those. So I have no idea what this will be, if it's going to be some sort of fruit flavor or what, I don't know. I kind of doubt that I'll be able to detect the flavor or whatever without cheating. But I'm at least gonna try. I'm gonna give it my best shot. So I know the flavor very well. So and I'm sure I'm gonna be able to sense to taste a difference from this and the regular one. But whether I'll be able to see actually what it is, I mean, you get it. Let's just open this fucking thing. Okay, newly opened. Well, let's just pour it up in a glass to begin with. Okay, let's take this. This is a much nicer bottle than than the Julmust that I'm used to. We actually have some down here. This is more common, I guess. You know, just a bottle in hard plastic, very cheap. This one was much more expensive, but you can pretty much tell. So this is this is the real deal, I guess. But this is anyway, the real deal is the cheap deal. All right. So let's see. This is it's gonna be interesting. It smells a little differently. It smells like glögg. Do you know what glögg is? It's not a fruit. It definitely tastes like glögg. But I don't know what the ingredient is. You know, I was hoping that I would at least have a guess. But I don't. I gotta come up with something. Okay, I do think that I have one guess. Nejlika. That's gonna be... I don't even know what it's called in English, but if I look it up, it says pink and carnation and clove. Okay, I guess that's what it's called in English. Any of those three. So let's see if I'm right or if this is gonna be embarrassing. This is hard to do. Holding the camera. Okay, there we go. Are you ready? Oh, I was wrong. Kardemumma. Of course. What is that in English? This. Cardamom, I think. Cardamom. Well, that's definitely a Christmas spice. So I wasn't way off. Maybe I was. Anyway, let's get to the eggnog. Oh no. Haha. You bastard. Let's get back to this. You know, it doesn't look great. It looks foamy. Is it supposed to be foamy? Well, let's just have a taste. How about this glass? Looks like a real eggnoggy glass. It's pretty arbitrary, but so it hasn't been in the refrigerator for that long. It's been in there for the time it took me to taste that, which wasn't too long, but anyway. Cheers. Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it tastes like milk, cream and sugar. The eggs, not really. I mean, it's good, sure. Yeah, it's pretty good. Success, sort of. So, let's put some more in there. And let's add some rum. Is this supposed to be Jack Sparrow? He would be so proud. And the booze. Yeah, I know that's not much, but I'm using a little bit first. And I'll add more later if I need to. That definitely does elevate the flavor. It reminds me of an ice cream called, I think, rum and raisin. Yeah, it's good. Actually, a little bit. Yeah, I think, gotta say, it's better with the rum. Even though I didn't have too much. That's enough for me, though. So that's, yeah. Well, I have some left. but you know, that's fine. Might come in handy at some point. But for now, that's gonna... yeah, well, let's put some of this on. You're just supposed to garnish it a little bit on top. I've used that word a lot today, supposed to. Well, I don't know what to do. I don't even know what nutmeg tastes like, to be honest with you. I guess that's enough. It doesn't smell good, so that's promising. I'm just gonna stir it in a little bit. Okay. Okay, third variation. It's not a whole lot of difference. I don't think I had enough. Let's have some more. You know, I can smell it way more than I can taste it. You know, when you put your face down here and your nose into the glass, it doesn't smell very nice, but when you drink it, it's a little bit different. I don't know. You know, I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of eggnog. You know, based on this, I might have completely screwed it up, but I don't think I did. I think it, I mean, I don't know. It's alright. It doesn't taste all that different. I mean, it doesn't taste drastically different from anything I've had before. Like I said, it reminds me of that rum and raisin ice cream. It's very similar to that. I get the feeling if you drink too much of it, you will get sick. Because I can feel from the cream already after a few sips. Actually, I think I've had about a glass now. Yeah, I think I have. So after about one glass, I've had enough. I don't really want anymore. But it was a fun experiment. I'm happy that I tried it. The hype for me was rather there was a lot of hype surrounding this for me personally. I gotta say, I mean, I've never tried it before. It's just never been something that has been near me. Never been something that, apart from my grandpa apparently, although that might have been before I was born, I don't know. Excuse me. Apart from that, it's just never been anything that anyone in my family has ever done. So it's not something I've grown up with at all, obviously, because I've never had it before. And it's not something I hear about a lot in Sweden. It's mainly seems to be an American thing, but it might just be different from family to family, of course. But I'm glad I know what it tastes like, because now I'll be able to put a flavor to, for example, when I watch Clark Griswold chug that eggnog in Christmas Vacation, I can chug some too, and be like, I know what you're going through, Clark. So a fairly expensive video, this one. I think my grandpa actually does arrive in a few days, so maybe he can have some of this, and I can ask him if this tastes anything like he's used to, or if I completely screwed it up and ruined eggnog for him. I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm done with this video. We're actually buying a Christmas tree tonight, and I'm also going to show you some Christmas gifts in the next one that I bought. And I watched a couple movies. We'll definitely watch a few more. I've been slacking though with the movies, with the Christmas movies. I haven't watched as many as I thought I was going to, actually, because I have a lot of them, but I haven't really been up to watching many of them. So when Christmas comes around, I think I'll have more left than I was expecting. But I'm not done. I'm gonna watch a few more for sure, and I'm gonna talk about them. And yeah, can't believe it's December 14th. I started this November 1st. It doesn't feel like it's been that long. It feels like this is like one of the first videos, and I've just gotten started. But time flies, it really does. Okay, my arm hurts again, so that's a sign that I should stop filming. I think this video will turn out way too long anyway, so... But yeah, eggnog. So, I prefer Julmust. Alright, thanks for watching. And of course, after that, there's a pile of dishes here to do. There's a mountain of them. So, you know, what do you do when there's a lot of dishes? Yeah, you run away.